Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the County Council meeting of November 4th, 2025. We appreciate you all being here. If you would please, before we get started today, let's honor our country with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dale, first item on the agenda, please. Broadband infrastructure abatement discussion.
Good morning, Dale Buuck, Whitley Economic Development Corporation. Don't have an ask this morning, just want to give you an update and prepare you for some advanced documents I'll be sending to council in the next couple of weeks. Some real positive things, especially considering SURF, as they're putting in a lot of fiber throughout the county. They're in every township, and they're getting ready to put in over 1 million feet of fiber in the county. We are a broadband ready community, so we are helping them with the permitting and whatnot. For those of you who remember, there was a time a year or two ago where SURF had asked for quite a bit of ARPA funds, and then they chose to do this without, so the county has not had to participate financially in this. But one thing that would be very, very helpful, and for if the county would be so inclined, and very beneficial to SURF to help them do this work, is a tax abatement on some of the infrastructure that they're putting in. So today is just to kind of tell you that I am working with them, and we will present what all that means, and possibly a resolution at the next council meeting. Again, you'll have plenty of time to review that, and I'll kind of spell all that out. I just want you to, would ask you to please kind of consider that. We still have a limited broadband task force. Councilman Brewer, Commissioner Basinger, and I continue to meet with those folks. I continue to use SAN strategies as more BEAD money continues to come out. As you can imagine, with the shutdown and whatnot, some of that BEAD information is not out yet, but SURF is really ready to get going on this, and I would have a member of their executive team here to kind of present when we would ask for your consideration on that abatement. Just wanted you to get ready for that. Any questions?
If we give this to SURF, will these other companies that are coming into the county want an abatement?
So that's a very good question. The only other one that's doing something on the same kind of scale is Brightspeed, but it is fair that some of the others may ask for that. I will, kind of be the point person to kind of see how much of that makes the most sense. Again, SURF is been a really good partner, and they're here before they're doing the work. They're just getting ready to do the work. I think some of the others have already done the work. And again, SURF has done so much work in the county. This isn't for any prior. They would not be asking for an abatement for any prior work, only future work that was associated with the grants they got.
Okay. Thank you.
Excellent question.
Dale, can you help me understand what sort of tax imprint liability would there be for them that we would be giving them an abatement towards, and what kind of infrastructure is tangible that they have that it would be appropriate for an abatement?
So they do have quite a bit of hardware that would be in certain boxes. It's not necessarily I don't believe we tax the actual line in the ground, but there is plenty of, at least from SURF's calculations, what might be taxable, and it could be in the benefit of like a $25,000 a year tax savings to them only on the new, what they would be putting in new, and I'll spell all that out. But there is taxable equipment that goes along with this infrastructure they're putting in.
So how are they taxed on it then? I mean, where's the numbers going, and you said you'll bring them, so, but you're gonna bring us numbers that say, okay, this is what they would pay in taxes, but we're gonna give them a tax abatement of this.
For so many years, you know,
Yeah,
or a
so
sliding
that-
scale.
I guess that's what I'm really not understanding, is what do they have that's taxable, and at that level of a request?
I believe it's on some of the personal property. There's very little real property. And again, I've just looked at their preliminary numbers, and it's a question I can't completely answer right now, but they believe that there would be personal property tax equipment. And again, because of the dollar amount, it's over the new SB1, and so it would be taxable.
But isn't personal property tax on stuff like that going away
Well,
after next year?
Under a certain amount, and this would be over the amount.
Well, it's gonna be like 2
2
million
million,
next
yes.
year, and then the year after, it'll be gone, is what we're hearing. Is that right?
Okay,
Ken?
that's fair, but there's a special session being called right now, and I think a lot of this may change on some of this tax roll. So, and some, you know, we did an abatement in city council a couple of months ago, and I don't think they're going to need that abatement because their property tax, their personal property tax would be going away, but we did it anyway just in case the legislature comes back and revisits SB1 and changes their mind on some of this.
I got you.
But it's a very good question, and I'll try and spell out more of it.
Yep. No, I appreciate the heads up. It's just, these are some questions that just don't make sense to me yet. I just don't have all the information on it.
Yeah, me as well.
Yep. What, and on a side note, whatever happened with the towers that,
So that was the Chuck Sirac business. They needed a considerable amount of dollars from the county for their model to make that happen. And so it would have been a several $1 million investment that the county would have had to make to get that. Originally, we thought they would be doing that under more grant money, but that is not how that proceeded. And then what with Brightspeed and Surf are being able to do, that plan is kind of, I didn't say it's completely gone away, but it's not an option because we just, the task force didn't feel like it was the best use of funds.
okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Dale, can you tell me, K County's been out northern, did they get the northern part of Whitley County?
So the Kosciuszko County RMC it has a little bit and did get a little bit of the grant dollars for those who did the speed test, but Kim, I can't tell you exactly where they may or may not be. But
Well, they're in
Brightspeed,
Loon Lake, and
yeah,
they're
but
headed towards Abatement now.
what's interesting about all this is that it's surprising how many people are kind of walking all over each other. I mean, so you've got the RMC up there, you've got Brightspeed, and you also have Surf, like very close to each other. It's just a matter of who got the award. All right, we'll look for some more information. Thank you.
Thank you, Dale.
Thanks, Dale.
Jason, additional appropriation request, please.
Good morning. This is just appropriation that we actually created a new line item, so we're asking for money. The money was a donation from a Whitley County facility that donated to our drone operations program. So before we did have 2 drones, but we did not have a specific line item for that money to be for. So I thought with the amount of money the upgrades were doing, I wanted a specific line item for that money so we knew exactly what it was for, when it was pulled, what we have, the balances, and everything current for that specific program. So created a line item through Tiffany in her office. Commissioners had 2 hearings on it with the attorney, and now it's up to the spending part.
Is it, can you share with us where the money came from?
No, they do not want me.
Okay. Can you share with us where it'll be at in your budget, who will control it, and what will
We
it be
control
spent
it.
on?
It's in the sheriff's budget. Well, it's in a donation. It's on the sheriff's side.
So it'd be,
Yes,
you're the
that's
one that
us.
gives the
Yes.
okays on it.
Correct.
Is that 50,000 gonna cover everything? Because we're
Yes.
gonna be short next year, so.
No, this
we're
was the
not gonna
initial
be-
purchase upgrade. It's already purchased. All we have to do, we're waiting actually with the vendor and things and the process, which Tiffany had to explain to me probably 3 different times, on how things have to go through everything. So we're delayed a month. So actually, they just came in like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. They're just put together, charged, had to re-register everything. So they're just now good to fly as of like last Thursday, Friday. So we're not behind the 8 ball. Once approved, we send the company the check. We'll pay for it for the year. There's another local department looking to purchase the one that we are getting rid of. It's a little, it's a substantial savings to them to buy a new one, but they want to be able to have something, at least a resource to use. So we did go through Andy on that one, make sure the sale was doable at that price, and he's already given us the okay as far as statutes, as far as selling property. So that will probably be sold off to a local department.
How many operators do you have now?
2.
Any other questions for Jason, please? Thank you, Sheriff.
Thanks.
Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please raise your right hand and let it be shown it was passed unanimously with all members present. Brad, please, additional appropriation.
Good morning. So as stated in my letter, this is for our Surveyor Cornerstone Perpetuation Fund. This fund exists so that surveyors can maintain the survey benchmarks that are throughout the county on section corners. The fund is funded by a fee collected in the recorder's office. I believe $5 of every document recorded goes to this fund. And that results in, for us, about $30,000 a year. Typically, we spend about less than $10,000 a year to refund Walker and Associates to basically update our records based on surveys they've done as part of their business. And that is what the typical $10,000 appropriation comes from. This year has been different because Allen County has been doing a huge effort to find a lot of their corners, including our boundary. And so our east boundary defines their west boundary, so they have asked us to help define our east boundary so that their west boundary can be precise. And so we've had a lot of extra surveyors come to have that work done. And that is the majority of the increase in the fees. There's plenty of money in the fund. We don't typically spend what we receive every year. And so this would just be to appropriate the additional funds needed to cover the extra work from Allen County.
Any other questions for Brad, please? Where are you requesting this $10,000 from, Brad?
Well, it's just to just be appropriated from the fund balance. It is the County Surveyor Cornerstone Fund 1202, and then I think it would be professional services.
You know what's in that fund right now? I'm pulling it up. I'm just curious what you know.
When I wrote the letter, there was $282,063.64.
$293,063.64. And you're requesting $10,000 out of that to be transferred for services this year. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion, please? All those in favor, please raise your right hand and let it be shown it was passed unanimously with all members present. Thank you, Brad. Personnel Committee report. Nick?
We spoke about PTO time last month and whether or not it would apply towards overtime. We kind of tabled that discussion in order to give department heads time to discuss with their employees their thoughts on it. And we have that meeting today with department heads, a joint meeting, and we'll kind of hash that out during that meeting. We did ask that department heads only attend that meeting. I know, Mark, I told you what I told you, but I think in order to save time and to allow a more back and forth discussion, I guess, we would require that only department heads attend this meeting. And that would be immediately following this meeting. So if you guys are interested in joining, please join us. Other than that, I think that was all we had for that.
Teresa, you have a commissioner's report for us, please.
Yeah, things all come set of hearings and hopefully so they couldn't hear me the last. It's pretty quiet. Yesterday we signed a contract for a $30,000 grant from the state to help upgrade our GIS to the national standards, something we have to do. So there's no matching or anything like that. It was just a $30,000 grant to help communities upgrade their GIS system. Nadine Lampley, she got her 40-year recognition with the county yesterday. So if you see her, tell her thank you. She's done a great job. The project with moving the towers from the old jail over to the highway department, that is going along. I got a call late yesterday from the project manager on more of a timeline. I wasn't able to reconnect with them since it was the end of the day, so but that is moving along. And Stacy's done a great job. He's really hit the ground running with just learning things, claims, learning payroll. It's been a great addition. That's it.
Any jail updates?
So we're going to be having a meeting, and Thor, I don't know if you want to come or who you'd like to have be there, but I spoke to Stacy and Rob yesterday on how we should proceed with that. I don't want to say too much because I'm not sure what legal action will need to be taken, so.
Have you set a date for the meeting?
No.
Okay. Yeah, let me know when that meeting is, and I will.
Do you have a time or day that's better for you? Or I guess whoever you'd like to.
Get with me after the meeting. I have some personal issues, some personal travel that's coming up. I want to make sure that I'll share that with you.
Okay.
Other than that, and if there's anybody else that would like to be a part of that meeting, please let me know. We can certainly include at least one more, if not two of you, if there's interest in being present for that.
I'd like to go if nobody else wants to.
Yeah, I don't mind going.
All right, so if you could coordinate it with Nick and Tim also, please.
Okay, thank you.
Has everyone had a chance to review the minute meetings from last month? And are there any additions or corrections to the minutes as they were presented to you, please?
Motion, we approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
A motion is second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, please raise your right hand.
I abstain.
And minutes do pass with Kim Wheeler abstaining. Is there anything from the body for the good of the cause today, please? Not very many smiling faces out there, so let's not get wound up with what's on the agenda for the next personnel committee meeting. It's all a process. Just relax, we'll get through it.
Just a reminder that Veterans Treatment Corps is having its graduation next Thursday, which is the 13th at 2:30 at the library.
Anybody decorate for Christmas yet? My wife made me. Trees up and everything.
John, do you have anything?
I have nothing.
Tim?
I don't have anything.
Joan?
I have
Tom?
nothing.
Kim? Nick? Nope. And I have nothing else, so we will stand adjourned. It's 8:20, the Personnel Committee meeting.